URC Power Rankings, folks, after 5 rounds of the competition as we head into the break for the November Internationals. Let's rank the teams. Remember, it's a bit different from the actual log where you just put points in the bank. This is trying to look more at kind of more recent form. Who have you been beaten? Was it home and away? That kind of thing. You guys can let us know your thoughts as we hibernate URC mode for 4 weeks or so before we get back into action. The Scarlets, their spot on my power rankings is the same spot as they've got on the table. They haven't won any games. They haven't drawn any games. Haven't got any losing bonus points yet. Haven't got any 4-try bonus points. They are on 0. None from 4. Lost their most recent game by 10. What do you do with the Scarlets apart from put them last? I know it's not happy days in Welsh rugby at the minute. Scarlets' recent results don't bring us any more joy in that regard, sadly. Then I got Zebra, which is again one where the power rankings are different from the table because Zebra banked 2 early rounds of points with wins. They got 2 early wins, but now they are on a 3-match losing streak, so they are down 3 spots on the power rankings. This is where we take weighting off the older results and look more at the more recent results. So Zebra started in hot form, but their form has cooled off a bit. So they're down 3 spots on the power rankings with their loss in the most recent round. It was a Leinster away. They got pretty well hammered by a youthful-looking Leinster side, so you don't punish them too much for losing to Leinster, but still, it is a 3rd loss in a row. Then we got the Dragons, who are as yet winless, but they have got 2 draws. They drew their most recent game, and if you compare their record over the last few games, it's, I guess, slightly better than Zebra's because they've got 2 draws in their last 4, where Zebra's like win, loss, loss, loss. So a loss is better than a draw. There's very little in it between the sides in the power rankings, but the Dragons have squeaked up 1 spot with that draw. Then we got Benetton. So it's on all Welsh and all Italian bottom row. Benetton again started the season pretty all right. Bit inconsistent, but they've got a little bit of consistency now that they've gone back-to-back losses. And they were the only team to lose at home in round 5. And I punished the teams a little bit more for losing at home than losing on the road. So that's not done Benetton any favours. They're down 4 spots with that home loss to the Stormers. The Stormers I'm ranking as a strong team, so I didn't punish them too much in that regard. But it's the home loss that kind of has done it to them along with the margin. Then we got Connacht, who are down 2. Connacht seems to be the kings of the losing bonus point this year. They lost to Munster, who are again one of the top sides at the moment, but they've only won 1 from their 4 games thus far, Connacht. So despite the losing bonus points and the fact that they've been competitive, it's hard to give them too much of a boost when ultimately they have been losing, but again, we don't punish them too much. Then the Ospreys are a little bit of a surprise one, and that they're up 2, because they only drew with the Dragons, which is not like a fantastic result. But it's more about the fact that the teams who I've ranked below them, loss, another draw, and loss. We're just looking at the more recent results. A draw beats a loss. So the Ospreys record is a win, a draw, and 3 losses. Like the Connacht guys are a win and 3 losses. Benetton's on a 2-loss run. Zebra's on a 3-loss run. So there we go. It's the Ospreys. They could well drop down on the rankings because it's not... there's very little between them and the sides around them as well. Then we got the Sharks, who got a win. Well done, Sharks. They beat the Scarlets, who are a bottom team, so I've not given them a heck of a lot. But again, everybody else below them did not win. So they're setting the bar a little bit lower in terms of the Sharks' ability to move up early in the season. 1 win, when there's only a 5-game sample size, is fairly significant. So the Sharks didn't exactly blow anyone away with the win, but it's a win. And maybe this is the start of a bit of cohesion and gelling and John Plumtree getting the best of that star-studded Sharks squad. But they are up 4 spots, which feels like too much, but it's a win. Then we have Edinburgh, who are down a couple of spots on the power rankings, down 2 into 9th. With that 1-point loss away to Cardiff. So they are 1 from 4. Edinburgh, they've fallen back down to earth after that magnificent win over Benetton a week before, where they didn't concede a single point yeah, with an away loss to Cardiff. So Edinburgh also feel like a bit of an inconsistent one. Top half of the power rankings, I got the Lions, who are up 3. Another win for them, so emphatic one as well, with a bit of a ding-dong battle against Ulster. That was really one of the games of the week to watch, I think, but up 3 spots on the back, a couple of wins. Back in South Africa, looking a bit more kind of hunky-dory at home, I suppose. It's a shame that the break comes now because they were just finding a bit of form. Then we got Leinster, who are up 1. Leinster, I did carry over a fair bit of goodwill from last year's power rankings with them winning the title. Yeah, but it didn't help them because they started the season pretty poorly. But they did bounce back from that loss against Munster a week before by putting 50 with a very youthful looking side over Zebre. So, yeah, Leinster, we don't give them a heck of a lot of a boost for beating Zebre at home, but they are still on the way up. So they are up a spot. And then Ulster have dropped 2 with their first loss against the Lions. Remember, they were missing a few players as well, as were many of the teams in this round. But yeah, their first loss does see them drop just the 2 spots. It's certainly a lot better than it was looking last year from Ulster thus far. Then we got the Bulls, who are the same as last week. No changes for them with that loss to Glasgow. So their tour record is like loss, win, loss, which is not phenomenal. But, I mean, losing to Glasgow away from home. Glasgow are one of the top teams in the URC right now. So, again, it's one where you don't really punish them too hard for that kind of result. Then we got Cardiff, who are certainly flying the flag for the Welsh sides. They have got a 4-1 record, 4 wins, 1 loss. They beat Edinburgh by a point. Johan Lloyd with the penalty to win the game. So congratulations to that man. Up 2 spots on the power rankings. They are still a little bit behind the teams I've got 1 through, well, at least 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are pretty close. The team at number 1, honestly, at the moment on the power rankings is kind of comfortably ahead. It's Glasgow in 3. Glasgow got their win over the Bulls. It was comfortable enough. They would have liked that final bonus point, but they couldn't quite get it. But yeah, the Bulls were in that contest for large periods, but Glasgow did well. Their record is also 4-1, so looking very impressive for a side which has been a regular in the playoffs since the URC's inception. Then we got Munster, who are the same. So these top 2 sides have no change in terms of Munster and Glasgow. Munster are 5-0 under Clayton McMillan, so perfect start to his tenure. Not every game has been the easiest on the eye, but I mentioned it before, Munster are getting results. Like, if you can win when you're not playing that good, imagine what you could do when things really start to click. So, again, not helped by disruptions with squad members missing with international duties and whatnot, but 5-0, perfect start to the season thus far. But it is the Stormers, I think, who are, I really need to update their logo. I've got this one sitting here. I haven't done it yet. But the Stormers, also 5-0, perfect start to the season. Beat Benetton away. Benetton had, up until this point, been pretty strong at home, but the Stormers beat them pretty comfortably. So I've got them comfortably as the top team in the power rankings thus far after 5 rounds. Remember, 5 rounds is still really early. It only takes 1 or 2 results to really send teams hurtling up or plummeting down. It just kind of depends because the sample size is fairly small. There's a few kind of surprising results with teams shifting around, but yeah, things will settle down as we get deeper into the competition. But we have to wait because international rugby is on the way. You guys let us know your thoughts on how you reckon the teams are standing. It is a little bit different from the actual rankings, but I think the top 4 is the same. The Scarlets are the same. Certainly a few teams a bit different in the middle. Subscribe to the channel, guys, if you haven't done so already. I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much. And yeah, talk to you guys again soon. See you later.